Yes.
No one is agreeing.
Yes.
So do you want to go home?
No.
So we can shut the lights and close this one and we can go. What do you think? No. Go early today. Discount. Oh, you see? MashaAllah, that's a good one. I like this. Okay. So just I wanted to tell you, when we talk about hadith, you have heard a lot about this hadith is authentic, is sahih. And we have another classification, another degree. It is called muttafaqun alayh, agreed upon. So whenever you hear the word agreed upon, you have to know that the two imams, the two sheikhs, Al-Bukhari and Muslim, both of them had agreed on the same hadith. And the scholars of hadith are considering this like the highest category of authentication, the highest level of authenticity for any hadith. It's not only narrated by Bukhari, but it's also both in Bukhari and Muslim, both of them have agreed upon. That's the first term. So what's the term that I just explained? It is called muttafaqun alayh, agreed upon. The other one, the other term, it is called sanad. Sanad. Does anyone here know the word sanad? It's ijazah. The other one is ijazah. But what is sanad? Chain. Okay, listen. We have many types of sanad. Sanad means the connection, the chain of the transmission. But we have sanad muttasil, sanad ghair muttasil, connected sanad and disconnected sanad. Every hadith has the chain of the narrators. We call them under a certain category of knowledge. It's called the ilm al-rijal, the science of men. So let's say that we have a hadith. This hadith is narrated by Dr. Jandali, from Dr. Jandali to Isam, from Isam to Abdul Basit, to Derek, to Brother Zahid, to our brother Naveed. You know, so the chain of the transmission. We know from the biography of each one that they have met. Where did they met? In Newport Richey Masjid in 2024. So we are expecting that they had talked about this hadith together. And the shorter the narration is, the most authentic and strong is the hadith. So let's say we said Dr. Jandali, Isam, Abdul Basit, Derek, Zahid, and Naveed, right? Okay. Then Brother Noor will come to listen to the hadith. He has to listen from whom? From whom? From Naveed, the last one, right? If he got it from Naveed, how many persons between him and Dr. Jandali? 1, 2, 3, then he goes to Dr. Jandali. Imagine if he was able to skip Naveed and Brother Zahid and Abdul Basit. Then he listened from Isam to Dr. Jandali. His sanad is more stronger. What if he skipped the Isam and he talked directly? He took directly from Dr. Jandali. It's even more powerful. This is actually Imam Muslim, what he lived all his life is doing. He was searching about who is the one who has the most strongest sanad to take the hadith of Rasulullah from. I hope you got the point. So now, the more or the shorter is the chain of the transmission, the more that your sanad is strong. That's why. Let's go back to his biography. Imam Muslim. Now you know when I say the word sanad, that's the way that he used it. Imam Muslim, he born in 204. Some people said 206. They differed about his birth, but they agreed about his death. And he was born in Naisabur. Where is Naisabur? Northeast of Iran. This is the city of Naisabur. Again, he is Persian. So the Arabic is not his mother tongue. Yes, he perfected the language after. But what is the message here? What is the message? The two most authentic books of hadith, it is for people who did not speak Arabic. So for the people who converted to Islam and speak English, that's not an excuse to get the knowledge. Remember, Al-Bukhari and Muslim, they didn't speak Arabic. Their mother tongue wasn't Arabic at the beginning. Yes, they perfected the language after. They spoke Arabic after this, even better than lots of people who were born in Arabian countries. But Imam Muslim, he is one of the students of Imam al-Bukhari. And yet, he was 12 years younger than Imam al-Bukhari. He born in Naysabur, in Iran, let's say Iran for now, and he perfected the language by the age of 18. He perfected lots of ahadith, more than 10,000 hadith. Actually, by the age of 12, he mastered all the ahadith, the same ahadith that Imam al-Bukhari had mastered at his age. And he started the same journey. You remember yesterday when Imam al-Bukhari traveled to Mecca and Medina? His mother and his brother went back, and he didn't. He stayed. Imam Muslim, his name is Muslim ibn al-Hajjaj al-Naysaburi. That's his name, Muslim. What do you learn from this? Choose the best of the names for your children, because he somehow will have a certain impact with his name. Muslim. That's a very unique and a very good name. You know, I'm sorry, but I must say that. I must say that. That's my mission. That's why Allah has put me in this position. I see the Muslims in this country, they try to hide their name, like Ahmed. You know what's the popular name for Ahmed? Alex. Yeah? Yeah, he wants the American friends to know him as Alex. So nobody knows that he is Muslim. And what about Muhammad? Momo or Mo. So what's your name? Momo. Astaghfirullah. Muhammad becomes Momo or Mo. Why? Because he wanted to hide his identity. The most or the worst is the worst. Wallahi, I have seen this. The worst, that some people don't know the meaning of the name. So they pick anything in the Quran. As long as it is in the Quran, okay, I will take it. Somebody give the name of his son, Zalim. Wallahi, Zalim. We know Zalim? An oppressor. So what's your name? Zalim. MashaAllah. Don't talk to me again. Go away. Just from your name, you are Zalim. Yeah, Muhammad Zalim, that's a very big deal. Zalim, like an oppressor. And when you talk to him, he says, MashaAllah, I chose for my son's name from the Quran. You have to check which name before you choose. That's why, when you choose the name, like try to, and don't feel shy to give your son in it. But Imam, I don't want this name to give him hard time at the airport. People will know him. He will have troubles. They will make him to stand in line. Do you remember the Sahaba? Do you remember Khabbab? We talked about Khabbab, right? Do you remember? We don't want to stay 10 minutes longer in the line. You know when they take your passport, what's your name? Ahmed Aly. From both sides. Okay, go to the side. We will check you later. Yes, you know when they do this, I am happy. I am happy. You know why? At least I have something to mention to Rasulullah on the day of judgment. Everyone on the day, I cannot imagine my place. Khabbab will say, Ya Rasulullah, you saw by yourself what they made. Bilal will say, Sumayya will say, all the Sahaba will talk about their struggles. So what do you have to talk about on the day of judgment? Or in Jannah when you sit with Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Because you have beard, because your name is Muslim, they give you a hard time. They fired me from my job because I stood for the halal. What an honor. What an honor. This is your certificate on the day of judgment. Ya Rasulullah, they fired me. And I'm happy that they fired me. Yes, wallah, alhamdulillah. You know why? Because of my deen. Because of my religion. So let's go back to Imam Muslim. So Imam Muslim went his journey to Mecca, to Medina. And he continued to Basra. You know, that's the whole journey. At that time, Islam was flourishing. Every big country has a city. It's the place of knowledge. So he went to Mecca, Medina. He got the knowledge of the people there in the hadith. Then he moved to Iraq, to Basra, to Al-Kufa. Then he moved from Iraq to Egypt. Subhanallah. Where is Cairo? Where is the city? Where is, subhanallah, Al-Azhar? Yesterday, alhamdulillah, they were celebrating 1,082 years for Al-Azhar University. And I was having some calls from some of my sheikhs in Al-Azhar. You know, whenever I go having this uniform and having this imam, I feel so proud that I am one of the graduates of Al-Azhar. Alhamdulillah. May Allah keep the ni'mah of Al-Azhar. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect the professors, the imams, the sheikhs of Al-Azhar. Allahumma ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Yesterday I was watching one of the videos for the travelers from Africa, from Indonesia, students of Al-Azhar. They are between Asr and the Maghrib. They are outside the masjid. They are reciting Quran. Wallahi, you hear them like almost like 3,000 students. Everyone has his mushaf and they are reciting Quran. They are doing like sound like bees, you know, honeybees. They are reciting Quran in Al-Azhar. That was so beautiful. One of the best of the videos that you can see, you see the greatness of Islam in Al-Azhar. When you visit Al-Azhar, if you have your son can go to Al-Azhar and you can afford it, do not wait. Do not wait to let him get the Islamic knowledge. So Imam Muslim went Hijaz, Mecca, Medina, then Basra, Kufa, then went back to Al-Azhar, then went to other places, and he met Imam al-Bukhari in Mecca, actually. And Imam al-Bukhari gave him lots of knowledge. And Imam al-Bukhari met him again in Naysabur, in his visit to Naysabur, give him lots of knowledge. Imam al-Bukhari gave him the whole credit. Imam Muslim memorized how much? We said yesterday, 60. I was wrong. 600 sound, not 60 sound. 600 sound for Imam al-Bukhari. I was wrong. Imam Muslim memorized half of the hadith of Imam al-Bukhari. So, 300 sound. And he collected his Sahih. He put his conditions, strict conditions, to filter the 300,000 hadith. And he came up almost with 7,000 hadith in his Sahih. That's why both of them, Imam al-Bukhari, Imam Muslim, they gave us Sahih al-Bukhari and Sahih Muslim. Both of them have produced for our ummah. They saved the time for the imams, for the sheikhs, for the students of knowledge. Nowadays, you know what? Subhanallah. One application, you can have all the work of Imam al-Bukhari and all the work of Imam Muslim plus Tirmidhi, Nasa'i, Ibn Majah, Abu Dawood. Subhanallah, all the 6 books of the hadith, the most authentic, in one application, in your pocket. Think about how many years they have spent traveling just to get to verify one hadith. They used to travel a lot on camels, on horses. Why? Just to verify one hadith. For example, this hadith, we have heard in the chain of the transmission that Abdul Basit knows this hadith. They might travel to Abdul Basit hundreds of miles just to ask him, Abdul Basit, do you bear witness that you got this hadith from so and so? Yes. Give me the chain of the transmission. Tell me what do you know about this hadith. They might travel hundreds of miles just to verify one hadith. One hadith. So those are our leaders. The true leaders of Islam. May Allah shower him with His mercy. Ameen. And you know that long journey, in which age that Imam Muslim had died? 55. He died young, when he was 55 years old. Subhanallah. And look at what he gave to the Ummah. Lots of books, not only Sahih Muslim, lots of books of hadith and fiqh and other branches. Those are our true leaders. May Allah keep us always connected with them. Allahumma ameen. And may Allah gather us in Jannah with Imam Bukhari and Imam Muslim. But how do you know Imam Muslim in Jannah? How, will you ask about him? No, you will see a person who is muscular, very tall, and his back always straight. That's Imam Muslim. Very tall, and he has very long white beard. Where's Brother Hamza? Oh, may Allah bring Brother Hamza back safely from the Umrah. He has a very long white beard, mashallah, and his back is always straight. And you know what? He was a very successful businessman. He used to buy and sell. He used to buy and sell dates and other crops. He used to sell garments. He was very successful and rich because you know something. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. This is one of the problems in the Ummah till today. What is the stereotyping about Imams and the Sheikhs of knowledge? That they have no money, they must be poor. Wallahi, they must be shaggy, very bad clothing. They have to beg people, ask them for money, and people will reject them, sometimes make fun of them. You know, in the past, they used to bring the Imams in their houses to recite Yasin. Yasin, wal Quran al-Hakim. Why? Just to give him some coins to sell the religion of Allah very cheap. And they call them sheikhs and imams. Wallahi, they are not sheikhs, they are not imams. Do not put yourself down. And I like that statement. If you are really a seeker of the hereafter, Rasulullah said, أَتَتْهُ الدُّنْيَا وَهِيَ رَاغِمَةٌ. Dunya will come under your feet if you're really a seeker of the hereafter. And one of the jokes that they used to say, it's not a joke, but they said it's a joke, but it happened in reality. My sheikh, the one who taught me Quran, told me about that story. There was a blind man. You know, in the past, if you have a blind child, you know his provision. He would become a sheikh. Only the blind become sheikhs. They don't have the authority to become anything else. So they have a blind sheikh. And he used to sell the Quran. He used to recite on the graves, next to the grave. I don't know if you have this as culture. On the grave, next to the grave, he used to recite Ar-Rahman. He only memorizes Surah Ar-Rahman. He memorizes nothing except Surah Ar-Rahman. One of the ladies came And her son, who passed away, his name is Yusuf. She told him, I want you to recite Surah Yusuf. And he said, can I recite Ar-Rahman? She said, no, only Yusuf. I will give you money only when you recite Yusuf. Otherwise, I will not give you money. You know what did he say? He said, Ar-Rahman, Ya Yusuf, Allama Al-Quran, Ya Yusuf. خلق الإنسان يا يوسف. Just to put any word has Yusuf in it. Astaghfirullah. May Allah guide us to the right path. Ameen Ya Rabbil Alameen. May Allah give us this mentality to change these stereotypes about our imams, about our scholars. Barakallahu feekum. Let's continue our salah inshallah.